Hey Matt, it's Mike here. So let me go through and show you what the issue is with the current form I'm working on, and maybe that will help you understand why I was having a problem with the whole iframe thing. But this is the form to update errors in the notes. There's really only two fields that are of concern here that need to be updated, and that is the incident note description. In other words, what's the note about? It's kind of like a summary, and the action taken for that given note description. So every time they fill out a note, they fill out what the update is to that note, which is a description, and then if there's something that requires some kind of managerial follow-up in terms of action, they enter that in there as well. Now, the issue with that is that they may need to go back and revise it because they didn't fill it out fully, or they need to edit it, or something like that. So that's what the function of this form is. So what we see here is the first thing I've done is I've set this up with some filters. So if they want to look at all the incidents, they will just pick the facility where incidents exist. So I have some test data in there, and this query only pulls records where there are incidents. So it doesn't pull all the facilities, it just pulls those where incidents have been recorded. So when I hit that first submit, it shows that there's 2 incidents for Arapahoe. Okay, now when I go to edit them, watch what follows. I need to get to the specific note. This is the incident, it's not the note itself. So I pick the incident first. Now it's doing this again. Now I'm at a loss. I don't know why I'm getting this kind of behavior. I just went back and hit it again, and when I hit it the second time, it actually displayed the note. So it's one of those things that I'm having this funky behavior with these iframes, where these builder reports, where sometimes they'll populate and sometimes they won't. So anyways, with that said, let me back up and let's start this all over again. Although I do need to clear the session out. So let me go down and do that. I shut the... So let's start over. I don't know why that did that. The variables should be all cleared out right now. So again, I'll pick Arapahoe, hit submit. If I pick this first incident to see its notes, see, it worked that time. Didn't work the first time we did it, but it's working now. And I want to update, say, this note here. Okay, so this, you can see these values are showing up down here in terms of the key value. So 63, 84, 91, 92, it's showing up in the bottom of the browser. So if I pick this one, now you see what it's doing? It's loading these 2 iframes, which are in there, and then this section here to update the description and the action, it's only partially loading. I'm just hitting the back button and trying to refresh this. If I refresh, it's going to go back to this again. See, now that time it populated the whole thing. So these are the problems I'm having. I'm having these builder reports sometimes show the whole iframe and other times not. The easiest solution for this really is for me to be able to have a select where it will just go to a different form page, and I can reinsert those builder reports if I want. You know, if I want them to be seen there. That's the easiest way to mitigate this, because right now all these are iframes. So let's just go through this. If I wanted to update the description, I just type in there, let's type in testing 6 because it says testing 5 there. I hit that, it reloads, it shows that. If I want to go back and change the action, it says test 3, let's change it to test 4, submit. You can see that it's doing all that stuff properly. Okay, so when they're done, they would just close it and the session's closed. Now again, I don't really want to see this up here. I don't want this iframe in there. It'd be nice if this just went to the form page and just says the note's closed. You know, they don't need this. This isn't even the incident note. It's the incident itself. So these iframes and these builder reports are really kind of clumsy when it comes to displaying end user information, and it can be more confusing than anything. And with it not rendering properly, there's going to be some complaints about this. I can't really put this on production like that, so I need to try to figure out some workarounds. And I've been going at it, but like I said, I get those instances where for whatever reason, it will not show the entire drop down, the entire page in here. Now what I did do was, you know, this is rendering with another iframe from that builder report where you select it, which is actually this one here. So I've done things, well, I didn't change it on this one, but see how this height is defaulting to 219? On some of these I've changed them to 100% to see if that helped render that properly. And I'm not really seeing any difference in behavior. I'm still seeing some issues with it. I didn't change that one, but this is showing everything. I hit this. Yeah, that time it populated properly. It's showing the whole description in action. But I've had times where it just didn't do it. And you saw it the first time around. Well, I'm not going from the first screen either there. Let's try from the beginning again. See, it's working now. It's really disturbing because I just don't understand why sometimes it works properly and other times it doesn't. So if you can take a look at that and see if you can replicate that on your machine, see if you see that same kind of behavior, and let me know. I'm really uncomfortable with this going to production because I just have a feeling that I'm just going to get all kinds of calls about issues with these forms not working properly. So of course now it's got some things in there. I think Long Beach has some. Yeah, I'm having problems reproducing it myself right now, but I don't know what to say. It's just that sometimes it doesn't render this whole revised incident piece fully. It gets cut off, like it's not long enough. I'm wondering if there's a way where I can just set this up so that when we click on this row value, instead of it loading all of these iframes up again, it just goes to a new page with I can put this builder report back in there so they know the note that they're changing and they can actually copy and paste if they want, and then just show this bottom part and, you know, leave this top piece out. I mean, it looks good now when it works. So I think that's it. See what you can do with it.